I hear you calling. Calling to me. Hillsborough County. Sheriff's deputies.
We train real hard.
We train real hard.
We train real long.
We train real long.
Fighting for you.
Fighting for you.
We can do no wrong.
We can do no wrong.
Left. Right.
As Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office cadets,
We shall be persons of honor and integrity. We will not lie, cheat, or bring discredit to this office, or tolerate any person who does. We will demonstrate fairness in our actions and recognize the thread that binds us, the trust and confidence of the citizens we will serve. We will conquer the challenges and trials ahead with loyalty, dedication, and integrity. We will settle for nothing less. And for the honor, we shall be called Deputy Sheriff!
The mission of the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office is to serve, protect, and defend the community while preserving the rights and dignity of all.
The vision of the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office is to provide effective, efficient, and professional law enforcement, detention, court services, and child protective investigation while maintaining the highest standards of integrity, accountability, and community service.
Core values: integrity, service, fairness and equity, commitment to quality.
Sir, stop 45, all present and accounted for. Aye, sir. Ready, sit.
Good morning. On behalf of the entire Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, I would like to welcome you to graduation ceremony for Sheriff's Orientation Class 45. I am Lieutenant Robin Saunier, the Deputy Division Commander of Training Division, and it is my pleasure to serve as the Master of Ceremonies. Today we recognize the accomplishments of the cadets in this class. Their commitment, the perseverance that they have demonstrated while in training is a testament to their unwavering desire to become deputy sheriffs. Before we go any further, I would like to take a moment to welcome the families and friends to our cadets. You are the support structure that will give them the strength to meet the demands of our profession. Thank you, and we are grateful that you are here to celebrate this moment with us today. At this time, I would like to recognize the Sheriff of Hillsborough County, David G. Though it takes the dedicated efforts of thousands of employees to perform the duties required of the Office of the Sheriff, this agency will always be a reflection of its commander, his professionalism, his character, and his values. I would also like to recognize Chief Deputy Jose DeCobo and members of our command staff who are seated in the first two rows to my right. On October 23rd, 2016, 32 recruits assembled for the first time just inside the gates of the Walter C. Heinrich Practical Training Site and embarked on a journey to join the most prestigious sheriff's office in the world. 29 of those cadets are here today because they demonstrated the passion, courage, and strength necessary to earn the privilege of becoming a Hillsborough County Deputy Sheriff. During the first 2 weeks of their career, these cadets participated as recruits in the Sheriff's Orientation Training Program, or what we call S.O.T. S.O.T is a 2-week program that introduces and immerses recruits into the culture of Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. S.O.T allows instructors to effectively evaluate and measure if a recruit possesses the qualities and abilities necessary to join this office. An office with a storied legacy seeped in more than 170 years of dedication and service to the community. S.O.T demands that a recruit demonstrates qualities such as initiative, integrity, leadership, self-discipline, and the ability to work as a team. In order for our training program to be successful, it is imperative that we have talented men and women from the ranks of the Sheriff's Office to carry out our training mission. Each instructor and supervisor possesses the required knowledge, skills, and abilities, but perhaps more importantly, They are devoted to promoting the vision, mission, and core values of this office. We owe a deep debt of gratitude to our training division and adjunct instructors. Their combined efforts have been vital to the successful development of S.O.T 45. Collectively, they have dedicated countless hours to ensure these cadets before you are prepared for the enormous responsibilities that lie ahead of them. Would all members of the training division please stand and be recognized for your efforts? I would like to take a moment to recognize and thank Detective Nicole Cabala and Deputy Will Barnes, the class coordinators for S.O.T 45, for the exceptional leadership and dedication they have demonstrated while guiding this class. I would also like to recognize and thank the field training officers who have assisted with modular training for S.O.T 45. Thank you, Deputy Josh Dahlbach and Chase Witherington, for your guidance and support. All of their efforts would be in vain if it was not for the patience, understanding, and support that they have received from you, the family and friends of these cadets, during the last 9 months. Thank you. To date, the cadets of 45 have received extensive instruction in all critical areas of law enforcement. As they conclude their basic training, we present awards in 5 areas. I will now invite Deputy Will Barnes to come forward and present the awards for excellence in academics, firearms, physical fitness, overall achievement, and outstanding performance.
The Academic Award is presented to the cadet who achieved the highest test scores throughout the 11 weeks of module training. These tests measure the cadet's overall knowledge of topics such as Sheriff's Office Standard Operating Procedures, signal codes, 10 codes, driving, firearms, and the practical application of Florida state statutes. Of the 14 tests given, this cadet did not miss a single question. The Academic Award is presented to Cadet Kelly Ramel. The Firearm Award is presented to the cadet who demonstrated the highest level of proficiency with their firearms throughout the 11 weeks of module training. Several qualification courses are used to determine the top gun. These courses include day and night, handgun and rifle qualifications. Out of the total of 115 rounds, this cadet never missed. The Top Gun Award is presented to Cadet Jesse Havens. Now for the Fitness Award. All classes are physically tested in the following areas: push-ups, sit-ups, a 1.5-mile run, 300-meter sprint, and a vertical leap. This test is administered several times throughout the academy and module portion of training. This cadet performed a maximum of 65 push-ups in 1 minute, 47 sit-ups in 1 minute, a 300-meter sprint in 42 seconds, a 9-minute and 35-second mile and a half run. This cadet also completed the Sheriff's Office Fitness Challenge, a 2.5-mile run with 6 obstacle courses in 18 minutes, 11 seconds, and the Sheriff's Office Physical Ability Assessment in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. The Fitness Award winner is chosen based on their physical performance and attitude during physical training and their ability to motivate and inspire their fellow cadets. It is my pleasure to present the Fitness Award to Cadet Colton Rogers. The Overall Achievement Award is presented to the cadet who has displayed proficiency and excelled in all components of training to include academics, physical fitness, defensive tactics, firearms, officer safety, and training scenarios. The recipient of this award has impressed the training cadre during all phases of the training program with a demonstrated desire to achieve excellence and a willingness to accept difficult challenges. It is my honor to present the Overall Achievement Award to Cadet Kevin Wild. The class coordinator could not effectively do their job without the assistance of a cadet that relays information to the class, passes down orders, and maintains class discipline in the absence of the class coordinator. The class president is chosen for their bearing, maturity, leadership qualities, and keeps the position only through continued success. The class president for S.O.T 45 has excelled in this regard. It is my honor to present the Outstanding Performance Award to Cadet Mark Barton.
At this point in the ceremony, the cadets of S.O.T 45 will complete their uniform with the pinning of their badges. The silver star they will wear upon their chest will be the most prominent and identifiable part of their uniform. But I remind each of you, when the uniform is off, the expectations and the obligations we are privileged to shoulder remain. So long as we live, this star will stand as a symbol of bravery, compassion, dedication, integrity, and professionalism. In just a moment, I will bring each of these cadets forward and invite those selected guests to come forward and pin the star on the uniform for the very first time. But first, let me remind you, from this day forward, whenever you pin that star upon your uniform, remember those standing beside you and the many that have helped you achieve your goal here today. But most importantly, don't ever lose sight of the fact that this star represents so much more than what you are. It's now who you are.
Right, face. Forward, march. Left, face.
Selected guests are now asked to come forward to pin on the badge.
Forward, march. Ready, see.
Right, place. Forward, march. Left, face.
Selected guests are now invited forward to come and pin the badge on.
Right, face. Forward, march. Ready, sleep.
Right, face. Forward, march. Left, face.
Selected guests are now invited to come forward for the pinning of the badge.
Forward, march! Ready, seat!
It is my privilege to introduce Sheriff David G. for his comments in the swearing-in of the cadets of S.O.T 45. Sheriff G has served the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office and the community for over 38 years. Throughout his career, he has worked in progressive positions of leadership, including patrol, criminal investigations, internal affairs, public information, and he was our chief deputy until elected as sheriff in 2004. As sheriff, he is responsible for managing the 10th largest suburban law enforcement agency in the nation. Sheriff G holds a bachelor's degree in mathematics from the University of Tampa, is a graduate of the FBI National Academy, a graduate of the United States Secret Service Dignitary Protection School, and is a law enforcement aviator and rated in fixed-wing aircraft and turbine helicopters. Ladies and gentlemen, Sheriff David G.
Thank you. Good morning. Welcome. Good badge pinning ceremony. I don't see any blood. That's always a good sign to start out with. In the future, try to get somebody in your household that you can train them to do that for you every day, because I'll tell you, it gets it's a lot of work putting that together every day. But you all look sharp. Really proud of those records in all the categories, in the 5 award categories. I always hate it when my personal physical fitness record is broken, but you know, I got a few months to work on that and get it back together and see what I can do. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome all of you today, and we welcome you to the Sheriff's Office family. I know you had family night last night with Major Feeney. I'm sure that was quite entertaining. It usually is. And he makes it fun for sure. But we have a lot of tradition in the Sheriff's Office. 170 years, one of the oldest agencies in the country, and we're very proud of that. And we're also very proud to welcome you to our family. I thank all of you for the support that you've given the loved ones in your family over this very long period of time. I think you've probably witnessed up close how hard they have worked to get here today. We do not make it easy. We make it hard. They should feel good about themselves, because it takes, if you really look at it statistically over a period of time, it takes about 1,000 people to get every one of these. By the time all the inquiries and people who think they're interested, and we boil it down to these very few select people, the odds of you becoming employed here as a sheriff's deputy are very, very small. And I think it says a lot to do about your commitment, your character, and the grit, the guile, and the tenacity that it takes to get to this point today where you get that badge pinned on. So feel good about it, and thank your families for all that they have done to get you here. I personally also want to thank the training staff. Again, the training staff at the Sheriff's Office is an all-voluntary army. That none of them have to be there. They can all be out doing other things. As a matter of fact, sometimes being in training kind of slows your personal career down a little bit. But I will tell you, the people that do train, it's part of them. They're committed to it, and they're committed to getting your career started out right, and they're committed to getting you the skills that you need to survive out on a very, very tough street in modern day America. Now, families, you've seen what good shape they're in. You've heard the awards this morning, and you see that they are in good physical shape. If you happen to see them over the next couple of months, if they're sitting there with a remote control too much and they're not out doing the running, push-ups, and sit-ups, I want you to get them off the couch. We want to keep them in good shape. It's part of who they are. And on the serious side, and I know there are families in here that have been personally affected by this, it is a dangerous job. It really is. And I don't like to talk too much about that because I know they have some understanding of what they're getting ready to get into, and I know there are other, I see other law enforcement officers that have been around for a while in this room, and they definitely know what I'm talking about. And the reason I push that physical fitness is I want them to come home. I want them to come back to you every day the way that you send them to us. So you stay with them. You help them emotionally as well. Their head needs to be into the job every day when they leave work. And I know sometimes that takes away from families and things like that, but you want to leave it every day. When they go to work, they're ready to go and they're mentally focused, and we want them to be on their game because you don't get second chances out there. And I will say, last year, there were 50% more law enforcement officers killed in the United States than the year before. So that's why we train so hard. That's why we put so much into it, more than I think a lot of other agencies in Florida do, because we want them to be their best. And we're going to train them some more. As they go into field training, that's where the rubber really meets the road. They're going to be getting that on-the-job training with people, and they're going to be in the front seat of that car, and they're really going to get a first-hand view of what's going on out there. And we're not going to turn them loose until we feel like they're 100% ready. So anyway, welcome to the family, and this is a great day. They worked hard for it, and I won't talk anymore. This is my favorite part of the job of having been the sheriff for a while, and I get to swear in the new guys. So if you new guys are getting ready to become part of the family, if you'll stand up and get ready to take your oath of office, if you'd raise your right hand and if you would repeat after me. I do solemnly swear.
I do solemnly swear.
That I will support, protect, and defend.
That I will support, protect, and defend.
The Constitution and government.
The Constitution and government.
Of the United States and the state of Florida.
Of the United States and the state of Florida.
That I'm duly qualified.
That I'm duly qualified.
To hold the office under the Constitution of the state.
To hold the office under the Constitution of the state.
And that I will well and faithfully.
That I will faithfully
perform the duties of deputy sheriff.
Perform the duties of deputy sheriff.
In which I am about to enter.
In which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, deputies.
Spencer Andrews. Vincent Antonelli. Mark Barton. Ethan Brown. David Kapp. Joshua Chicas. Ryan Converse. Carolyn Copeland. Dylan Ferguson. Renee Garcia. Thomas Gianni. Jeffrey Griffith. Matthew Hartford. Jesse Havens. Daniel Henry. Tyler Jacobs. Cody Kleiner. Alex Klinowski. Caitlin Cutfila. Alexander Loriano. Edgar Martinez. Christian Ortiz. Kelly Rimmel. Colton Rogers. Eric Schmidt. Nguyen Tran. Vincent Vitek. Timothy Wallace. Kevin Wild.
Left, face. Ready, seat.
In 2006, Sheriff David G. created the training division. Shortly thereafter, the insignia symbolizing the division's mission was created. That insignia now flies affixed to the guidon S.O.T 45 has carried throughout the duration of their training. In history, guidons have been used by the military to identify specific units and foster esprit de corps. Affixed at the top of most guidons were colored streamers that represented a unit's success as a whole. The guidon for S.O.T 45 bears streamers that denote excellence in academics, physical fitness, and firearms. Their guidon also displays streamers that are recognize an outstanding record of community service. This class donated more than 1,000 hours to various volunteer projects. At this time, Deputy Mark Barton, the president of S.O.T 45, will come forward and retrieve the class guidon. Deputy Barton will present the guidon to Cadet Ashley Solano, the president of S.O.T 47. I would like to introduce Deputy Alexander Loriano for the bell ringing ceremony.
From our introduction to the bell nearly 9 months ago, its ringing has always signified a means by which to exit the cadet program. Initially, in the sheriff's orientation training, the ringing of the bell signified failure, submission, and defeat. Its ringing was an admission that you did not have what it took. Today, however, the ringing of the bell will signify success, accomplishments, and the desire to excel in our chosen profession. We are proud to be Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office deputies, and are eager to prove to those that have been monumental in our development that we will not only uphold, but exceed their expectations. In 2006, Law Enforcement Module Class 602 purchased a brass ship bell to present to the training division to be used in graduation ceremonies for the future. The bell has been tolled 3 times at each graduation since. Throughout time, bells have been used for communication to areas near and wide. Bells have proclaimed liberty, celebration, and mourning. Today, we tolled the training bell 3 times. The first toll is an announcement to Sheriff G and the entire Sheriff's Office that S.O.T 45 has completed every challenge of training and has answered every demand to join the ranks of this proud agency. We proclaim our preparedness and we toll the bell. The second toll is a call to celebration. Today we achieve a goal that we have poured every ounce of our energy and passion into achieving. Through the difficult days, the physical pain, the mental challenges, and the endless hours, we have stood tall. With our families, our friends, and our colleagues, we celebrate. The third and final toll is a proclamation. We toll the bell to proclaim to the citizens of Hillsborough County that today, 29 men and women answered to the call to serve their fellow men as protectors of our community. We are ordinary people from among the population, but we stand ready to perform whatever extraordinary feat we might be called upon to do, all in the name of those we serve.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Deputy Mark Barton, who will make remarks on behalf of the class.
Good morning. I would like to welcome Sheriff G, Chief Deputy DeCobo, and the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office command staff, as well as the family and friends of S.O.T 45, who have come from all around the country for this very event. The big day has finally come for the members of S.O.T 45. a day that we've been looking forward to since October 23rd of last year when we saw Deputy Burgos marching the S.O.T instructors down Green Mile Road. Apprehensive and not exactly sure what to expect, that is where we began our journey. At that moment, we were individuals, all there for our own reasons. Over the past 9 months, we have become more than that. On July 4th, 1776, Congress appointed a special committee to come up with a motto to be placed on the first seal of the United States. After much deliberation, in 1782, Charles Thompson put forth to Congress the phrase, e pluribus unum, which translates to, out of many, one. This motto represents the complete transformation that South 45 has gone through since that day. In the Florida Basic Law Enforcement Academy, we took a 2-week course entitled Interactions in a Diverse Community. This course covered how to interact with individuals from all ends of the spectrum, different races, genders, religious backgrounds, and economic backgrounds, to name a few. South 45 is as diverse as the citizens we will serve. We are made up of 29 individuals, each bringing something different to the sheriff's office. We range from 22 years old to 47 years old. We come from 12 different states and 5 different countries. We are made up of 15 military veterans, 6 soldiers, 5 Marines, 2 airmen, 1 sailor, and even 1 Coast Guardsman, with a combined 14 deployments totaling over 110 months overseas. We are prior law enforcement. We are former and current college students with degrees ranging from criminology to healthcare administration. We speak 3 foreign languages, Spanish, German, and Vietnamese. South 45 carries the distinction of being only one of 7 S.O.T classes to not have performance dropped anyone during the entire training process. However, South 45 would not have been as successful without the guidance and mentorship from several cadre who, no matter how hard we tried sometimes, would just never quit on us. Deputy Caraballo acted as our first class coordinator and instilled in us the discipline of boot shining, uniform creases, and how command presence can affect every situation. When Deputy Caraballo became Detective Caraballo, Deputy Barnes stepped up into the role of class coordinator. He, along with Deputy Weatherington and Deputy Dahlback, spent countless hours in module with us, from grading our, initially, horrendous reports, to teaching us the finer points of gaining rapport with citizens. Their contribution has shaped us into the deputies we will be on the street. In addition to the South 45 graduation, today also marks an additional significant event in the Sheriff's Office. This will be the last law enforcement S.O.T class to be deputized by Sheriff G. In 2007, Sheriff G implemented S.O.T into the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office training program. This program would enforce strict physical training standards, as well as add to the already stellar reputation of the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. A quick personal example of this came when I was getting out of the Army and looking to get into law enforcement. I'm originally from Jacksonville, Florida, and have several friends that work there in law enforcement. I started to pick their brain about the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office and was told that if I wanted to be in the best law enforcement agency in the state, that I needed to move south to Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. I applied that next day. Through the S.O.T program and dedication to his community, Sheriff G has led the charge in giving the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office the unmatched reputation that it carries and will continue to carry in the years to come. Today is our day. The men and women of S.O.T 45 know our districts. We have met our supervisors and are as excited as we are anxious to get onto the street. In November of last year, we had to come up with a class motto. I suggested to the class, Sine Pari, which I borrowed from the United States Army Special Operations Command. Sine Pari, when translated, simply means without equal. S.O.T 45 is without equal. Through our many hours of training and conditioning, we have become something better than ourselves. We have become Hillsborough County Sheriff's deputies. I would like to say that it has been an honor to be your class president, and I hope our paths cross again throughout our careers. I will leave you with what I feel like is a fitting quote for our chosen profession by Sir Edmund Burke. He says, "The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is that good men do nothing." Thank you.
I'd like to invite Chaplain Millbrooks back to the stage to conclude this ceremony with the benediction.
The knights of old would get up and they would don their uniform, place their sword on their right side, and then pick up their shield in their right arm. And they would go forward to do good deeds in the land and protect the people. S.O.T 45 today You become our modern day knights, because you will get up and you will don your uniform. You will place your weapon on the right side, but you will not carry your shield on your arm. You will place it over your heart. In your hand, it may weigh little, but when you place it on your left side over your heart, the weight increases 100-fold. That's because there is a weighty charge with this. The weight of that star by which you bear is a weight of authority, that you go forward into this land and you do good deeds and you protect the people under the authority of the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. It's a weighty star because it also carries a weight of responsibility. You are not a deputy 9 to 5. You are a warrior 24/7. And you go forward not to give a minimum effort, but a maximum mentality. It's also a weight of legacy. There are many that are a cloud of witnesses around you that have helped you to get to where you are. You are now charged to leave that legacy behind as well. It is my prayer that those that come behind you will find you faithful. May the fire of your devotion light their way. May the footprints that you leave lead them to believe, and the lives they live and you live inspire them to be the best. S.O.T 45, this is a charge by which I give to you to not only be your best, become your best, and in doing so, make us proud. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we come as the resonating sound of the ringing of the bell continues to go forward within our ears and our soul. We come to a conclusion of a ceremony. But Lord, it's just the start of a call of duty, of a responsibility to go forward and to do that which many are afraid to do, but they are called to be able to step into harm's way. Oh God, I pray that you will give them wisdom, that upon their lips will be the law of kindness, of compassion, of calmness, as well as confidence. That you will give them strength as they will now walk forward in this way to be able to stand strong with a life of honor and integrity, never compromising who they are, but living confident of who they are called to be as deputy sheriffs. Father, I pray that you will give them all that they need to be able to go forward into harm's way and to put your angels charge over them to protect them. As our new law enforcement officers, as our new Leos, God, help them to find their voice so that when they roar, all the predators run. Bless them and hold them in the grip of your mighty grace. This I pray in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen and amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to present to you Hillsborough County's newest sheriff's deputies. Detective Nicole Caballo, please dismiss S.O.T 45 for the last time.